Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, and I'm in the book. We about to learn about a good brother here, my man, George. What's that? George Jackson. George James, middle name Granville, better known as Professor James. This brother was sharp. This brother was articulate, and he got a credit. He got a book he written called Stolen Legacy. We about to get some information from the brother and what drove him to make this book or write this book about information about those boys who I got a problem with, the Greeks. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storyteller, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I gave you life lessons. You told me to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. Excuse me. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and two, Maya, be true. This brother, George Granville Menard James, was a bad brother. Let's talk about him. This is my man. And he gets me, he the one, I love this guy because he breaks the Greeks down. He pull their pants down, so to speak, and spank their hide parts. This is what I call this. I'm going to be a little militant and a little aggressive right now, so I'm about to have some fun because I have my experience with them. And let's go. Much have been written about the Greek theft. Not much. Few people exposed, and those who did got in trouble. I just gave you a last lesson about my man Varney. He had a big problem speaking the truth, okay, about the Greeks. And plagiarization of the Nile Valley concept, in which has been referred to as what? The stolen legacy. Start with that one. When you educate a group of people, and this is the history of the Greeks. We founded Athens, black pharaoh, fourth, fifth century dynasty, but we found them, educated them. The rest of them, Minoan, the original Greeks were Minoan, mixed people, black and white, but we educated them. They even came down to Egypt to get educated, and everyone that came into Egypt became famous. Every famous Greek philosopher or educator got their knowledge from Egypt. I studied 10 years Greek mythology. Never word, not an utterance. And that's what just drives me crazy about this. I'm a victim of, I thought the Greeks were the greatest thinkers. Thinkers always been my thing. Thinkers been my, I got that from them. I got that from them. Yeah, get a little personal. But when you take the education that was given to you by people, instead of respecting the people who gave it to you, no, no. You turn around and slave them and then give what you learned from them to the world as if it was yours. We about to expose them for just doing just that. I've been doing that because I read the book years ago, but it's like now the better time because people wasn't trying to hear about that. But this is still relevant today. The first white man's theft wasn't in nation in America. It happened in Africa. Okay, the Greeks. What's this? The term was popularized by the late George James. in his book entitled Stolen Legacy. Okay, he died of mysterious causes. Just want to put that in there. Just trust me, that guy ain't no joke. Okay, Professor James, but he's well known after that, was a learned man. Okay, and anybody who learned it, he had degrees. Okay, I got a few degrees and teaching certificates. That's all that is, acknowledged. And what? This is the thing he got degrees in. Theology, for me, streetology. Mathematics, got that. Greek mythology, got that. Latin, logic, got that. Philosophy, spiritual, yes, got that. And social science. I went to school with the major minor was sociology. Why? Not sociology, science, political science, social science. Got that too. I got education. I got knowledge, scholarly. When I went to school, I got all that stuff from school. And Stolen Legacy was written at a critical juncture. What do you mean? In American history, and it was published in 1954. 1954, critical junction in American history. What do you mean? White America was showing white supremacy, and they wasn't trying to let it go. No matter how conscious we get, we're starting to become enlightened. Wow, with our history of ourselves, we get 1 month to study Black history. Damn that. We should study Black history every day, first of all. But here's a brother who learned, who got the knowledge, got the education, all the same way. But watch this. The same year, 1954, when there was still problems in America with the black man. The same year as the Supreme Court decision on Brown versus the Board of Education. Now, 3 years later, I'm coming to the world in 57. I've been here 67 years now, and we still had the same problem. How the hell could that be? How could that be? I'm just going with 54. I ain't going. No, I'm going to stick with right here with my time, right here. I know about this. I've been here the whole time. I see, and I can't stand a white person. Not white people, but that person, no kind of people. Why? Because of this. It says Professor James was a professor at Arkansas. You know anything about Arkansas? They prejudices all get up. Arkansas A&M and the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff in 1954. You ready for this? I told you. He was an educator. He was an enlightener. He was a movement starter, right? And this is in 54. What happened? He died under mysterious circumstances shortly after the publication of his book, Stolen Legacy. A lot of y'all don't know this yet. But I just gave a little spit. And it's a bunch of us who had that scenario and situation. Why? It was a lot of us doing the same thing. They would pick the niggas that they liked. Well, we keep W.D. Du Bois. They picked the guys they liked that wasn't what they call a threat to them. If you stand up on your morals and your principles, you ain't changing. Oh, you're a threat to them. If you can be cool, shucking and jiving and giving to them and do it their way, you can survive and be like them. Those are the kind of niggas we don't like. Okay, sellouts, we call you sellouts, coons, whatever you want to call it, house. But yeah, we didn't do that. The guys I followed, they didn't bend, they didn't give an inch, and they didn't take crap, okay? But they was educators. That's why I'm sticking to this. Well, they let you live. But once you become a movement starter, you become a threat to them. Understand that point. And this is in 54. Dr. James was a brilliant scholar. Why? Anybody can go to school and learn that nonsense that they get. I did good in college. Why? I was interested in what I was learning. So they gave me opportunity to stretch my knowledge and understand. I had a problem with that. Can't nobody know me as a student say I was dumb. I ain't failed no classes. I ain't bragging like, oh, my IQ. No, I'm just saying, my man, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm giving my best shot. So I'm not going to half-ass it. So I'm going to get it done. Simply that I'm competitive in that mindset. Well, I can use this thing and match against anybody. So he was a brilliant scholar. That means he was able to learn. He was a right thinker. Whose right thinking, how about that, transcended boundaries of what traditional academic thought. He was waking young people up with the truth. He was giving them the truth. They don't like that. Okay, especially college. Oh, if you get college going, you are a problem to them. They stopped having Malcolm come to college. Why? Because he was influenced for college, and they didn't like that. That's why. And he re-examined his view of African history and Greek civilization after reading the writings of a guy called C.H. Vail, Swansburg, Clymer, E.A., and Wallace Budd. I can't stand that guy. He's an Egyptologist. And you got Godfrey Higgins and others. I got these guys' books. I read their stuff that they were putting out. Again, students. According to a former colleague, that the noted historian, my dude, my teacher, Dr. Yusuf Ben Yakinen, these and others, John Henry Clark, George G. I got a bunch of them. Those are guys who I learned from under. And the writings had a profound impact on Professor James. Watch this. When he read certain of those texts that included the men fight theology, I told you about them guys, in a book called the Book of Revelations of Ra, etc. And he saw architecture and engineering layouts for the pyramids, the temples, the tombs, the mastabas, etc., along with their mathematical formula and calculation. He was compelled to rethink his original conclusion on the authenticity of, here we go, I'll be getting to the nitty-gritty of the Greek philosophy. I was like him. I was enamored with Greeks. You don't say nothing bad about Greek. Don't mess with them. Why? I'm defending them. Yeah, boy, they gave me knowledge, man. No, you can't tell me Jack. My favorite story, Icarus. Okay, some of the story, hell of a story. Love the story. What? I got the plot. I got the message. Remember, they give you stories what to get the message. Not that it really happened. They tell you it's a myth. So they take away all the other nonsense. If the Bible said this is an allegorical book full of myths, now y'all would read it with understanding. Not with your heart on it. Ooh, I feel so sorry. Ooh. It's all symbology. It's all symbolic, aka esoteric teachings that the Greeks took and presented to the world like it's there. I'm about to bust them upside the head. I'm about to put out both guns. Let's go. I'm good with both hands when it comes to teaching and breaking stuff down. So I'm ambidextrous. Let's rock. When he read all this information, but he had to change his mind of the authenticity of the Greek philosophy, Judaism, and Judeo-Christianity. Why? He found out the truth. He had a false sense of understanding when he didn't know nothing else. If you only got one thing, you pretty much ain't got nothing. Why? Where's the choice? What is it? What's it? And those who follow, my pastor said it best. He don't know nothing else. So he said, brother, right, if what I'm doing is wrong, okay, so be it. I feel the same way about my philosophy. So I ain't got a problem with that. If that's what you believe, follow your belief. Live it, become it. And guess what? It'll become yours. Moving on. I know that. But watch this. So now with respect for the accuracy of Stolen Legacy, which is subtitled, The Greeks Were Not the Authors of Greek Philosophy. I knew that. But the real people of what North Africa commonly called Egyptians. Dr. Ben further commented, this is how I know about the Greeks. Dr. Ben. Okay? The objective of Stolen Legacy were clearly what? Stated by Professor James. And they were just this, to prove that the Greek philosophy was a misnomer. They wasn't the creator of anything. I know that now for a fact. I studied that before I got to Egypt. And everything that I learned from them, Egypt, I maybe that's a good part. Why? I understand everything that Egypt presented. It came so easy to me. Why? I know this. I learned this from back when I was a young kid. Oh man, and that's what just revved me up. So I've been having a problem with the Greeks ever since. If you know me, you know I got no love for them. Okay, nothing for nothing else. From my ancient Egyptians, I'm mad with them twice. What they did to Native Americans. So everything about him, I don't like. Moving on. Number 2. This is what his goal for this book, Stolen Legacy. Get the book, look at it, Google it, but get information. That's what he's showing you. We got stuff that we don't even have a clue about. All right. But number 2, to demonstrate African origin, what we call the mystery school. We were the first people to educate, to enlighten, higher knowledge. Know thyself was our creed, and they took that too. Okay, that's how they took that. Man, know thyself. I just gave the lesson, the weighing of the heart, the ad. They call it the weighing of the soul. No, it's the weighing of the heart. See, we know that it is. Y'all take it and make it what y'all want it to be. That don't change what it is. For us, we still know. I call it the ab. I don't give a damn what you say. Oh, they're wearing the soul. No, they're not. Okay? The soul is going to be judged by what? The heart that represents it. That's it. So I understand it correctly also. Trust me, ain't no misinterpretation with me. I know what I know. And this is my man giving a lecture at University of Arkansas. See a bunch of black kids in there, don't you? Okay? If you're a black person, would you want to teach at a black university with black students? Why you want to go to Harvard, Yale, all that, and see a bunch of different places? But some people want what they want. But he was Professor James lecturing to his students at the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, back in 1954. He didn't live long after that. Why? He put that book out, and like my man told him in what the Superfly, they don't need me no more. They got you. So when they get a good house nigga, they kill the field nigga. Why? He no use to them. Why? He's a threat to them. So that's been going on for a long time. Moving on. All right. And number 3, this is important. To create a social reformation through the new philosophy of African redemption. Bring back the truth. I do it every day. That's where I got mine from. That's why I got the book. I'm going through a while. Man, I did this years ago, and I wasn't even teaching this. I was learning this for myself. This is my personal information now. I learned this a long time ago, so it's fun to me. And it's funny that we're going back. It's funny that it's just funny. I said, dude, pick that book up. I got a bunch of stuff here. I'm just going through it. I'm having fun. We got good stuff in here. All right, let's go. But now, watch this. It was quite obvious to James that the evidence in support of the Greek theft of African philosophy was circumstantial at best, meaning it didn't get no legs. Nobody wanted to really give a damn about the back. Okay, that was the white supremacy, again, at its best. The Greeks doing their thing. The Romans backed them up. All right. But all of the accused against whom charge had been leveled, all white, and had been deceased for what? For more than over 1,000 years. But James, with his due diligence and his scholarly knowledge, he was able to compile his own impressive body of evidence to substantiate his thesis. He didn't just talk. No, he went and got proof. He went and got what? The receipts, as y'all call them. Proof, facts. Dude, calm down. I get excited. I was all in with the Greeks. I was on board with the Greeks. So I know and I'm so glad. I forgot about this guy, okay? He opened the door for me to just say, yeah, I knew it, and I knew it. Somebody else do it too. So that's why I'm loving this. All right. Now, watch this. To prove his thesis, he didn't just, he did his homework. But watch this. Upon thorough investigation of the backgrounds of several Greek scholars, pay attention, this is important. Why? This is facts. Watch this. I'm going to play it out for you. James had discovered the one common thread in the several factors that they had in common. The one thing that they all had in common that made them so revered and respected, so knowledgeable. You ready? Number 1, they were known to have studied in Kemet. Okay. Or they were instructed by others who had studied in Kemet. So the knowledge was filtered down to them. They got the knowledge somehow or another, which is okay. Again, they getting the knowledge. Like anybody else, they use it, manifest it, and find out that it works. Watch this. Number 2, those who had not studied under the priests of Kemet had access to what? The text stored in the library of Alexandria. Remember, before numbnuts came and destroyed the Alexandria library, we had over 700,000 scrolls, okay, that you can't replace. And when he burned it down, he took all that. Why? So he could implement what? Their philosophy to the world as if they was so great. And I fell for it. They got me with the okie doke. Okay, so I'm pissed right now. Like a school on level. You, yeah, I'm a little upset. Moving on. Spiritually, with knowledge, not none other way. Just in knowledge. Y'all lied to me. You had me thinking y'all was all that and you were the other. That's all. Sometimes women, you get the men. You see the girl at the club, she got everything bumping, everything is going, everything looking good. You get her home, do the do, look up in the morning and say, whoa, what the? Yeah, okay, fake, phony. Let me see you who you are. Let me make that decision then. I tell you, if you're easy on the eyes, you can always make that. Like I said, I'm not trying to be somebody's glamour man or all that. I don't give a damn about none of that. You gonna go on the chip too. Yep, still do. Until I get it fixed what I wanted, it's gonna still be chip. So that ain't the issue for me. If you got a problem with that, that ain't my problem. Moving on. See, we take vanity to the next level. That means nothing to me. You got $1 million smile. I don't need no damn $1 million smile. I ain't cheesing like that. Moving on. All right. But that's the point I'm trying to make. The Greeks, okay, they stole everything, repackaged it, and gave it to the world under their label. They do it all the time. We got something good, they're going to take it and repackage it and call it theirs. Moving on. But upon returning to their native land, cities, many of the Greek scholars were expelled or condemned to death. Why? They came to different philosophy to what they was already going by. That's why. They didn't like that. Socrates, great philosopher, another guy. Why? He was a diehard. They said, listen, you drink the hemlock. His people said, we can escape from this. Nah. I'm down for the cause. I want y'all to realize this is worth dying for. My philosophy, my belief is worth dying for. As a Mason, we got the same creed. My life you can take, my integrity, never. I feel the same way about my philosophy and right thinking. So it's all symbolical. You make it your own, but everybody can draw and make memories and memorials, whatever you want. It's what? It means something to you. And my man Sadi said it best. In India, we got over 8 million gods. And if we get more creative, we have some more. That means you can make whatever you want, God, symbolically. That's the concept. Moving on. Like we go, no, you can make whatever you want because it's all up here. All right, remember, it's all in the mind. Number 4, many of the Greeks, as young students, they disappear from sight, only to surface what decades later, not a few months, not a few weeks, decades. That's 10 years. Okay, later as what masters of various schools of thought with knowledge foreign to their native land. Where'd they get it? In Egypt. Mm-hmm. Right there. He proved it. I lived it. I understood it. I'm 100% on in compliance with what he's talking about. I understand it 100%. Let me wrap this thing up. Now, at times, Stolen Legacy read like what? A mystery, a who's who, a novel, a cast of characters often resemble suspects in what? A police manhunt. Professor James assumes the dual role at what? The private investigator, he did his own due diligence, and the prosecuting attorney, he presented his case. He did his own work. There you go. You can support, if you got enough wherewithal, you can represent yourself in court. That's all you got to know what you're doing. That's what he's proving. That's what I'm saying. And he meticulously links each of the accused to specific crimes with presents, and presents irrefutable evidence. He had the receipts to prove it. I ain't casting aspersions. I ain't got my hearsay. I got proof right here to convince all the readers who by now has assumed the persona of what? The grand jury. You read it, you get to make your own decision based on what you read. Fine, you're the decision maker. Okay, but now, who by now had assumed the persona of grand jury, that each of his defendants should be indicted for the crimes in which they have been charged. They dismissed them all. Okay, but the following is a brief disposition of notable Greek scholars and the charges levied against them in the commission of the crimes. They are grouped according to the schools of which they were affiliated. No names was changed to protect anyone, okay? And all dates of birth are approximate and were recorded before the Common Era. You're going to see a couple of these guys' names with no dates, like they didn't know the start, the birthday. I'm just saying. And I'm going to stop right there. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I got a few more things. So I'm going to stop right there. It's going to be part 2. But this is all done before the Common Era. The first one is called the pre-Socratic iron in school. Now, this is from the Greek mythologist Thales, philosophy. Thales, he was born in 620, died in 546. And he's credited with having taught that water is the source of all life and all things are full of God. Alexander, born Anaximander, born 610, 547, died. He taught that the origin of all things emanates from the infinite source. Okay, that's one of the concepts we follow to the day. Okay, the God concept is the source, the all, the nature. Annex is another one. Anaximenes. No birth starting date, but he died at 528. Don't know how old he is. Now he espoused the view that all things originated from air. I'm gonna start with that one. No, I got one more. I got Pythagoras coming up for you. All right, Pythagoras, who's well known philosopher, don't have a birthday. First of all, starting date. They know he died in 530 BCE, but he is credited with the teachings, knowledge of the sun and bottom. I had to get that one in. When I joined this whole Egyptian concept, because of that word right there, I saw a serpent rising up, sending sun rays, 7 sun rays to another man, rising him up, called the sun and bottom, aka the supreme good. But that's what got me started. And every time I see that, that freaks me out because, yeah, I got on board when I saw that. I need to know what the hell that is. Okay, I had esoteric messages, so I knew about the Masonic, but I started, that's when I went to Egypt. All right, sun and bottom concept, or what they call supreme good. Love it. And that was the philosophy, that concept that got me started down this rabbit hole with the Egyptian mystery system and its relationship to what? Immortality and salvation of the soul. I didn't go to church. I went to Egypt, okay, to find God and the truth. I did. And he also taught geometric science and the science of numbers, okay, numerology. And in addition, he believed in universal fire, which was the center of the solar system, consisting of 9 planets. That's the sun being the center, not Earth. He knew some things. Again, all those are people who studied and learned what nature can be what observe. What you gotta do is observe it, watch it, and that's what they do. I'll be back with the rest in a minute. Right now, I got to go. Right there, cause maybe there'd be 100 miles a day. So I never know my right things. So now I'm getting some lessons and stolen legacy for them. The white guy that passed away. I'll be right back. I ain't done.